Hey guys, it's Mike Recine. Do you live in Detroit? Well, I'll be in your city this weekend at the Independent Comedy Room. Come out. There's one show Friday, one show Saturday, 9 p.m. It's going to be a really good time. Tickets are $8 online and $10 at the door, and there will be a link in this episode description. Let's start the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the show. This is your boy, Mike Recine, and I'm here with, sometimes I forget that people want to do the show. We talked about doing it, and then I forgot, and then you were like, hey, what's up with the show? Because I'm so sick of doing this.
Oh, really?
Week. Not sick of it, but it's just a lot of work to put out a podcast.
Is it? I thought you just record, do a little editing, and put it out.
But then with this, it's like we have the crime theme, so it's like I have to do research.
And yeah,
it's just like
I don't want to work.
Yeah.
I don't want like comedy or entertainment. You want to, for me, entertainment is just going with what I know and making it fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Once you got to start researching things, it's one thing to like stumble across stuff.
It's a nightmare.
But if you stumble across stuff and you be like, oh, that's interesting, and then you're learning it, that's cool.
Yeah.
But to have to go find shit,
is
a whole nother. We can curse? I don't know. Are we supposed to?
No. Yeah, of course.
Got a crime podcast where you can't curse.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's like
yeah.
It's like, keep it clean. This is a porno podcast. Keep it clean.
Right. I got a producer who's like a little worthless. That his equipment doesn't work. It's a real burden, and I can't quit.
But you didn't tell him who I am. Did you forget?
We're here with Kareem Green.
Kareem Green. There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
We were on a show together in Brooklyn, like I think maybe a year and a half ago or something like that. It was the show in Carroll Gardens, but you went last and you had a great set.
Okay.
And
Whose show was it? I don't know. That's the only people I know. Was it Erica? That
maybe
girl?
It might have been Carrie Cott's show.
Erica. Oh, might have been Carrie Cott up the steps.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think she's shooting a podcast too out of there. I don't know.
Okay.
But shooting, recording anyway. But yeah. So yeah. I'd be doing.
I think you did like 30 minutes just at a regular like Brooklyn show. Yeah. You had the bit about Jamaicans and how they work really hard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, them us. The internal war, the civil war, whatever that is, like with black people. Well, we're both black, but Jamaicans. I think that happens with other races too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people from another country be here, and American whites or American blacks, of their, they just be like, you're lazy, you have it easy, you whatever, you don't deserve the stuff you have, but they come in here and want to, so they basically come here and treat us like we're immigrants in our own country,
right.
Like we're the problem of, because we're not using our opportunity as well as we should, I believe, but that comes with all kind of privilege, I think.
Right. Northern and Southern Italians don't seem to like each other.
Oh yeah?
Either. Yeah, because they think the North thinks that the South are all criminals and
that's in Italy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's like everywhere. There's some type of. It's first, it starts with it could be within your own thing, and then there's neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Then there's we just find the smallest minor reasons to not get along.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then Whitey's just sitting back making money off all the
yes. Stir up the pot.
Stir the pot.
Stir up the pot. This is why you shouldn't like him. He has a tan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a thing with Africans too, right? Isn't there
Africans, everyone, pretty much every African, well, the African American and all the other I guess African of African descent culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's derived from Africa, all the black people, pretty much.
Right. All people, right?
Yeah, pretty much all people. I don't know that much on history, but I do know.
I don't either.
That the
we
ones
should
that
speculate,
look like me
though.
are me. Yeah.
We should try to figure out where Chinese people come from.
I think that's a mixture of something.
Yeah.
That's a hybrid. They're hybrids.
Yeah.
But I think there's each one from Africans, Haitians, just anyone that comes here that comes around here is like we're not taking advantage of our stuff the way we could. We have it easy.
Right.
But they don't understand. To me, they don't understand the psychological damage that was done to Black Americans.
Yeah.
So they don't have the mental I guess whatever this the mental change chains that are put on our heads from years ago. That's passed down from our parents. You know, it's even in tradition.
Yeah,
like it's even, and that's not, you know, that's in any culture. There's some tradition we're following. Sometimes we don't even know why we do shit that we do. You know what I'm saying? Or why we like the stuff we like.
Yeah,
it's just my moms did this. My pops did this. So this is what we do.
Yeah.
But then when you start to follow it all the way back, a lot of Black American stuff we do derives from slavery and the way we were treated or trained or taught or whatever it is, from the self-hate to the
and it's just kind of
diet.
There. Yeah, it's just kind of there.
It's there. It became our traditions. You know what I'm saying? So, and until you find out where everything derives from, then you go, oh, okay, let me let that go, because that's not for me, really. Yeah. It's something that was used to hold me back, and it's still in play. Yeah. And a lot of people don't question it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's definitely with Black people. I don't know about other cultures too much, if they still have whatever oppressors that put stuff on them, and when they, you know, from their ancestors, that their ancestors, you know, carried on for whatever reason, even just being beat by Black kids. It's so many things that were embedded in us that we do now that we don't even understand why it's not good to do. Yeah,
because I always think, like, you must have a different relationship with this country if you can't. Because I went to Italy like 3 years ago, and I have family over there. I met all my family, and I knew like where my, you know, grandparents came from, and saw the village and saw the farm that they had before they came over here. And you must have a different relationship with this country if you can't do that. You know,
I can't connect to. I can't. I only can read, and that's the thing. We only can read. We got to kind of teach ourselves, right? So
because you can't like really go back. You don't know where in Africa you're.
You don't know how to pinpoint. What we originated from. So we only can go back as far as the slaves here,
right?
And then that goes only back as depending on how much your family has been keeping the history together. Yeah. Like, and my family has not keeping the history. I don't even know I've been to maybe one family reunion in my whole family. But when I was 9, I went to foster homes. So that even detached me from the family that's here, the immediate family, like from my first cousins and all that other stuff. You know, I know them, we know each other, we cool, whatever. But anything beyond that, I don't know, like my grandmother's sister's family, my grandfather's brothers and sisters' family. And, you know, that's all family, too, that we don't know that migrated from the South here, that we don't know out in the South. Yeah. When we did go on a family reunion, it was just like, hey, it was like, hey, this your cousin? Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was uncomfortable. They were sitting over there. We were sitting over here, because it was like being at a party, just hanging out with people you know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We all here for the same reason, but, you know, you know this people because they're from New York. Your people from Atlanta, you don't know them. So it's just like, hey, what's up? Okay. It's not like, hey, man, what's up? Right. You know, back in the days, I think people used to, you know, you go to the South, see your family from the South. My family never did none of that stuff. So we didn't, you know, there's a lot of disconnection. A lot of disconnection. So mine is really scattered. Some people still have their stuff together. But, you know, as you said, you went to, you know, did you have that connection when you went to your family from Italy?
Yeah, I hadn't met them, but I mean, they were really cool. They were like, oh, welcome, you know, and here's our restaurant, here's the farm, so that was
and does that instill a sense of pride or a sense of
I think so.
Like, you know what I'm saying? In that we have nothing to connect to that neither, except for whatever books that someone tells you. I don't know, like, you know, you were there, like, you got some Black person who did the research, and there's not a lot of them. Yeah, who'll be like, yo, bro, do you know you derive from kings? You derive from, we did this, we did that, and you're like, what? Get out of here. Right. I thought, you know, because you listen to history, that, you know, you listen to history.
Yeah, telling someone to go back to Africa is like not helpful at all because it's so big.
For one, there's no connection to Africa.
Yeah.
We don't have a connection, and the thing is funny, like that. Funny, go back to Africa. It's like, we didn't really leave.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Right. It ain't like, you fuck this
Sorry
African shit.
Sorry to bother you.
Yeah. What the hell was this African shit? I heard there's some other shit going on over there. Let's get on these boats. Chain me to you, man. Chain me to you. Come on, let's lay down right here and just, you know, shit on ourselves and let's just get ready for this fucking great voyage. No, it's it's all bullshit. You know, it's all bullshit. But you know, you just got to learn how to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. And it's work though. It's work to try to gather and still try to be how do you call this? What I was saying, you trying to be of this world, of this society that's not designed for you.
Yeah.
That's literally set up against you. It's one thing for it being its society and this is the way it works but when it's literally designed for you to fail, that's a whole nother thing.
Right.
Like it's one thing if everybody's just living their life, all right, we're in your society and okay, you can and live how you live. But when it's specifically designed for you to fail, and then denies that it's designed for you to fail. You know what I'm saying? It's just it creates a whirlwind of mental imbalance. Yeah. Right. You know, because you're trying to fit in, yet still trying to be yourself or trying to know yourself. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Because you did a bit at that show where you were talking about how like you need a black wife, like you need to go home and be like, I can't take these fucking white people.
No. It was the other.
Okay.
Yeah. This is what it was. It was it was like when I said I'm not gonna be like a black dude who gets rich, gets famous, and go gets a white woman and leaves his black woman and go get a white woman and share his riches with. I see a lot of black dudes that. No, I'm not doing that. Get my white woman now, right? And then I go through the, me and her dealing with each other and she dealing with my struggle. Yeah. And her struggle isn't my struggle at the same, you know what I'm saying? Because she's white. So, but either way, and then but I do discuss the part after that funny part. I discuss basically being in an interracial relationship and not being able to be your full self because you have issues with other races. Like we all have issues with other races. That's not, and that doesn't even want to make you always like racist, but sometimes another race did it. And and if you want to say this Italian motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean you hate all Italians, but he happened to be the Italian motherfucker who
you
did
can
it.
hate all Italians.
You know what I'm saying? No, you can't. I don't think that. Well, I don't know, but either way, I don't just hate people for you. Got to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like me looking at you don't make me hate you. Yeah, you do something that I don't like. That's what makes you not like people. Yeah, but that's the sad part about this country or the world is they look at us and just don't like us. I think a lot of it is jealousy and insecurity. But So living with another race, if you get into a conflict or their race, whatever, you can't even express yourself the way you want to express yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? And as I was talking about, if I ended up with a white woman, she would have to be down for the revolution. Like she gotta I come home mad, she gotta be madder than me. You know what I'm saying? Like basically supporting my cause more than I am. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's a very fun thing to explore. It's a funny thing. Like it can go like when I'm doing them jokes too, it can go either way. I mean, it goes a decent way if people are just cool with what the world is. Like you're not people who are in denial don't like jokes like that. Because they're like, that's not, yeah. It's just like, bro, this is what the world is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to.
You find with some white audiences, it's a little harder.
It's
to
much
do that
harder.
Material.
Like, they'll pull back or tilt out because it's like, for one, I got the white girl struggling with me, first one. Right. And then the other one is where I'm talking at the beginning, I'll be like, I want to be able to come home and be like, these white motherfuckers, whatever it is, because those are the frustrations that black people have of the inequality in some form, and it's in every facet. When you go to comedy, you go to the corporate world, you go to finance, you go to wherever the fuck it is. It's always like when white people it's their thing, you're in it and not being treated equally, like someone being working just as hard as that other guy, but he's in because he's white, or he gets a lesser punishment or a lesser or easier treatment because he's white, or or whatever it is. Or even if he has a degree, which his family afforded throughout whatever, through the setup of the system, he's getting paid more than you, who may have been in the job longer, and you have more experience. Why would you? How are they equals? Right. I don't care if they have a degree. Right. They're still not equals because this experience that's not even about. That's just about the person who you are. Like if you know something more and you've worked on it more, you're more experienced. Yeah. How does someone who just comes in with no experience that you're training get the money you get or more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that just doesn't make no sense. But that's what.
But then even if it is a racial thing, you can't really make it one. Like you can't, because you don't know for sure, or do you know for sure when those situations happen?
If
there's a white guy who's making more or gets promoted or something, can you?
Well, yeah.
How do you like
you only
process that?
Probably the way people find out these things, I think, just like the women with the men make more than women thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like someone having a conversation somehow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having like a personal conversation, and then they find out what.
Yeah.
You know, then it's chatter amongst the other beings that are like you,
yeah,
right? And then it's like, this is messed up.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Then you find out that this thing is going on like under the curtain, behind the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's how it's found out, but there's no actual, you know, out loud proof.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just kind of, it's more, a little bit more of a, it's not even, it's like a known, not known, you know, it's about speculation, but it's not really that much speculation.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
I thought we could do like a little movie episode today. So I asked you what mob movies you're into, and you said Departed and New Jack City.
New Jack City.
So I watched half of New Jack City last night. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. But I was thinking about Departed, and the opening like line from Departed, it's Jack Nicholson, and he says something about like, if there's anything I got against the black guys, it's this. He's like, no one gives it to you. You got to. That's like the beginning of the movie,
right?
Do you think there's some of like? Do you see some of Scorsese's racism in his films?
I don't believe it. I think when I see it in films, I don't look at it as it may be racism, but at some point I look at shit as the way it is.
Yeah.
Like even though it is racism, it's like that's what it is. Like for you to tell me what it is and it's racism.
Yeah.
It's like how can I get mad at you telling a truth?
Right, so you feel like he's just presenting that character authentically.
Yes, it's like those are like in the mafia or the mobs. They're racist. So if he plays what are you gonna play, a non-racist mobster?
Right, like a woke mobster.
Yeah, like a fucking a peacekeeping mobster. Hey. You know,
he's got a Future is Female T-shirt or something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Fair treatment for everyone. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a mobster who don't cheat. He's a good guy.
Right.
He's like, you know, a mobster is not an upstanding citizen, supposedly, right? But he's just a businessman.
Yeah.
Who does it's just like most gang, because a mob ain't nothing but a different type of gang. Is an organized gang.
Yeah.
You know?
What about Tarantino? You think he's a little like loose with the N-word? Or do you think it's because I guess film is different if you're trying to like tell a story.
What in his films?
He just seems to love the N-word.
I think this is what it is. I think like if it makes sense in the story, I get it.
Yeah.
Then there's a part of just I don't know about every black person. I feel like there's white people who just want to get away with it because they feel like
you mean all of us
supposed to. Yes, yes, they want to because it's something. It's
well,
one
we
thing
don't like
to
being told what to do.
Yes, yes. It's to run the world, and then there's something you can't do.
Yeah,
come on. Come on. We used to own our people. Used to own your people. Now you're telling us we can't say what we created for you.
Yeah.
It's a psychological thing
because like just like you said earlier with the psychological, like you're programmed to do this slave stuff.
Right.
Maybe white people are programmed to be like, yeah, it's all mine.
Well,
it's like
they're taught that this is yours, and you are supreme being here.
Yeah.
So who is anyone to tell the supreme being what to do? Like, you know. Yeah. So it's a and I can see it. It's what what they say, the God complex or something, or you know what I'm saying. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand because I ain't saying it's right.
Yeah,
I understand things don't mean I agree with it, but I understand how you see it that way.
Yeah,
you know. So having all this, having running shit, like it's just like a guy and his lady, right? He's making all the money and she's trying to tell him, "Hey, I make all the fucking money. What are you talking about? I make all the money. Why are you trying to tell me where we should live or what this is? I make all the money. I make the decisions."
Yeah.
And at some point he loses that lady because she's like, "Yeah, but I got the vagina."
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got the vagina you want, and he wants, and she wants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn those wet holes that
this
we.
is the
yeah,
hot
we like so
commodity,
much.
baby. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, it's just like you gotta, when you don't balance it out, it always gets ugly.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a God complex of being able to say what you want to say. And then it's funny, like, well, I date black girls. But at the same time, too, if this is how I look at it, too, you may want to, if you say the N-word, you're not racist, you date black girls, you fuck black girls. Black girls are fine. They're some of the best looking women on the earth.
Yeah.
Right? And
I've never been with one.
Great person. You haven't?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry to
Maybe
hear that.
someday.
It's not a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, and that's not about black women being easy. That's about women aren't
just
like,
there's a shortage of.
It's just you just got to be in the area. You got to go. You got to go where the people are. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to go where the people are at that you want. You know, want shit to happen. You know what I'm saying? Want to be a millionaire? Hang with millionaires.
Yeah.
You want a black girl? Hang around black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's one of them gonna be like, he's cute.
Yeah.
Or one of them will be like,
it's like a numbers. It's a numbers game.
Yes, I want to explore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to try something out. You know what I'm saying? So you could definitely, because I've had plenty of your ladies. I'm
sure.
Matter of fact, my lady right now is a white girl.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. White girl. And it's funny how people still go. They go. Some people. It's not a thing really, Biggie.
Yeah.
But it's still a little thing. Whereas like white dude be like, oh, you made it now. You got your white girl.
Oh, white dude will say that.
Yeah. Oh, you made. I mean, it was a comic, but
yeah.
What comics say don't mean shit to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's trying to be funny. Whether it's funny or not, I know what they're going for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like there's a lot of venom in it. You know, even if it is their little bias or whatever it is, I don't. They're still just trying to make funny of it. You know, even though it may be hacky.
Yeah.
A lot of people go for the hack. I don't know why.
It's easy.
Yeah, that's exactly why. That's exactly why, right? It's like that's exactly, you know.
Also, comedy's not really for white people when you think about it. It's I feel like the longer I do it, it's harder to find stuff to say that's interesting and that's worth talking about.
I think not to me. I think I think honesty is where it's at.
Yeah.
Like the more honest you are, to me, you find things. Even the problem is trying to be liked. When you're trying to be liked, I think when you're trying to be liked, it just makes it harder to just
people
be
smell
yourself
it on you.
and to really deliver what you want to deliver.
Yeah,
because you're tiptoeing around. Even me, at some point, I'm like, this word, you know. But I do try to do that to have some finesse. You know, try to find words to convey what I want to convey, but find words that I can agree on saying that are me still.
Right.
You know, not words that I wouldn't really say unless it's just a funny word to, say. But to find words that are not so harsh on people. You know, like if the word is pussy, and I know that makes people cringe, I would probably try
snatch,
vagina,
beef curtains.
Right. Yeah, those are funny words though too. You know what I'm saying? So if I have to pull out pussy to say coochie, even if I say,
what about twat?
Even if twat,
nah, that's a little.
I mean, I think all those words are funny if you say them funny.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You can say you're like twat. You know, that's one. It's like twat. You know, if you pronounce the whole thing, you know, or just say it with a funny accent or voice, I think all those things can be funny. All of it is, but you got to just try to find the words that make it, you know, kind of palatable sometimes. But honesty to me is what's
because sometimes your honesty just isn't palatable to other people, and it's like there's nothing you can do about it. It's just kind of how they
see the world.
That's just how they see the world.
I know, but I think if this is the problem, I think, with people sometimes. They think you got to agree with that. You got to agree with the person to think it's funny. I don't got to agree with you. Like, I can see a comic say some shit that's not, that's funny to me, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
You know, it could be some racist shit, but I don't agree with it. Be like that. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny though. It's funny.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a funny thought. That's a funny thought. And I feel like that's the artist and me going, that's funny. I'm not, you know, but the thing about comedy too, I feel like nobody's out here. Jokes have never hurt nobody.
Yeah.
Like no one heard a joke and went and did that shit. Like they
incited violence or anything. Or
no, it's
never
not.
Yeah.
The only thing that jokes have supposedly kind of hurt is feelings, but those feelings are your job. Your feelings are your job.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing now. Everybody wants you to be responsible for their feelings, and that's what's making it. When you, I guess maybe when you were saying as a white guy, I don't know, because I think black people have a little more leeway with words.
Sure.
With things, but that's the only thing we kind of got a little bit of leeway, right? You know what I'm saying? Everything else is on our back, so the one little thing that we do have a little more room with, and then there's still some areas we can't go, like where nobody can go.
Like what? Like retarded people? You can make fun of them on this show if you want.
I don't. The word retarded, you can't even say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't even say retarded.
Well, on this podcast, you can.
I do. Well, you can say it any way you suppose. Like we're safe.
Yeah.
We're not we're in a basement with pipes over our head. And
right.
Fucking they don't know the scene we're looking at right now. How dare you not let me say some shit in the conditions I'm in? Right. That's all I got is these horrible words.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? We got a window fan down here. We got a bike, a gym, a boxing bag. We got a bunch of shit. We got we're doing it on a table. Whatever. But the thing is, we got a screen door. Was that a screen door? Well, either way, we got we have a lot of. I think we at this point we can say what we want to say. Yeah. We can do what we want to do.
Yeah.
It's just when something's at stake, then you I've heard somebody say it was more trouble than it's worth. I always look at that sometimes too. With my freedom, is this worth the trouble? It's freedom, but what comes with that, do you really want to, is what I'm saying worth what's going to happen to me or what I'm going to lose? And that's where you got to weigh. And what I'm saying, is it necessary?
Yeah.
Is it going to fix anything? Is it going to, make things better? Is it going to spark some greatness? And if it's not, why am I doing that? What am I putting all my shit on the line for just to be an asshole? Or just to, it's not even always an asshole, just to be so honest that it makes other people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I think, just you got to weigh those options. But right now, we don't really have that much, Even if you get death threats, it's like really, you get death threats, but whose death threat has really stuck? Like, what I'm saying?
Yeah, no one's died followed through on it.
Yeah. So it's just something to be like, oh, I'm getting death threats. Yeah. It's something to say.
A lot of times with death threats, though, it's just people saying like, oh, I hope you die or I hope you get hit by a car.
Or something with your children.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I hope your kids get get left in a hot car.
It's just
that's not a death threat.
It's what we're doing though.
Yeah.
It's we're not saying it to them. It's just more words, like words that we don't like.
Yeah.
We do words that other people don't like. They do words, but ours at least have some humor in the shit.
Yeah.
And our purpose is to bring joy.
Right.
Theirs is to bring pain.
Yeah.
But it's just all words.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but it's up to you if you want to take, however you decide to take it in.
Yeah.
However you decide to absorb that shit.
That is kind of like the world we live in, though, where it's like now we are in this era where like people can gain social capital by like telling on other people.
Right.
Like people can tweet that they didn't like something or that something was offensive or whatever, and it's like their way of kind of virtue signaling and like keeping their whatever job they have. You know what I mean? Like
right.
There's just these like right opinion police. Does it seem like that? And they can I mean, like I think like the Louis thing is a good example where people are like really mad, but it doesn't seem like that's how they really feel. I don't know.
I'm not fully sure with the Louis thing because I'm getting a glimpse of what Louis did. Where what happened was I guess he was talking about a shooting or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think maybe was it?
Well, they're mad that he's like back doing stand up.
Well, how long is he supposed to not do his thing?
Yeah.
Like how long? How long is he put it? And you know what? He could have lied.
Yeah.
He could have lied. He took the honorable way. I mean, what he did was dishonorable.
Yeah.
He did but he took the honorable way of dealing with it. And you still are like, so there's no pleasing you.
Mm-hmm.
So so fuck these people.
Yeah.
Fuck them. You're not his fans anyway.
Yeah.
I doubt if those are his fans.
No, I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So fuck them.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't like you anyway. It's like someone finding you on the internet and seeing some shit you did, but they don't follow you. Oh, this is fucked up. You don't follow me. It ain't like you're personally upset because you follow me and felt like I broke your heart behind something I did and you wrote to me or whatever. You're just some motherfucker looking for trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're looking for trouble. So fuck them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're fake. And I think the people who are most of the people that they're defending are sometimes I feel like aren't who's the people that people are defending all the time, right? Like if you say something about retarded people or say something about midgets or little people, whatever it is,
Yeah.
who are the actual people? The people who you're defending aren't even really saying shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless they're probably famous and be like, yeah, and they need to boost their fucking platform,
Right.
boost their vision, the eyes on them. But no one's really fucking giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Like it kind of flew by. Like, it's like, he said that. Oh, okay. It ain't like no one's starting a movement.
Yeah, yeah.
No one's starting no movement like Hitler or no shit like that to destroy people. It's just something that they thought was funny or something they saw. But it's it's insanity. But I mean, but to me, it's just all corny people.
Yeah.
They're just corny fucking people who some of them just want to be famous.
Yeah.
Some of them, yeah, that's the most I get from. They want to be famous.
They're looking for shortcuts.
Or they want to keep
stuff like that. Yeah.
eyes on them. Even at the Jussie Smollett shit, I was just like, that was fucked up what he did, right?
Yeah.
But was it really that bad?
Yeah.
Nobody died. Nobody.
Right.
It was more comical to me.
Right. We've all hired Nigerians to do.
We all had Nigerian workers on the side.
Yeah.
But no, it was like
It's pretty funny.
It's like who got hurt though.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, in the end, to me, it's like who got hurt.
Yeah.
If nobody got hurt, what the fuck are we bugging about?
Right.
What are we bugging about? Really, nobody died. Nobody killed themselves. Nobody really hung themselves. People didn't. Well, he gave MAGA people a bad name.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
Did he give white supremacists a bad name? That's what he did.
Yeah.
They've earned their bad name anyway.
Right.
So what did he really do? He played on our sympathy. Yeah. Okay.
Do you think white people get a little extra mad though when someone black steps out of line a little bit, like OJ, for example?
That's a very the thing about OJ I was talking about lady about. Yeah. This is what is good though. It's just having real honest conversation about it. Like me with OJ, I don't know if he did or didn't do it, but the thing is he won and he still lost. Like, it's like what good is all right, the system is set up against black people anyway, right? He won in their system. That was a whole racial thing anyway, but he won in their system and he still lost. He's still the villain. Like, I used your system, won, and I'm still wrong, so there's no winning.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are madder at OJ than, like, say, the mafia.
Right.
The mafia has killed probably plenty of people.
And gotten away with it.
Stolen mad money, got away with it, still operating.
Yeah.
He killed one person.
Yeah.
Got away with it, and the world is a fucking
2 people.
uproar.
Who cares about that?
2 people. Yeah, 2 people.
Who cares about
yeah.
that other guy?
2 people. Yeah. Yes, word up. Nobody really even thinks about his death. Really,
no,
that's
I think
bad.
they do.
That's sad that you're a fucking. You're a death. You're a death opener. No one remembers you.
You're the feature actor.
You're a murder opener. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're afterthought. You're like residual death. Like,
but we don't know that much about her either.
No.
Just
well,
that
she's only popular because OJ stuck his dick in her.
Right.
Like, so you.
That's right, bitch.
Yeah, literally,
you're welcome.
You was good looking, but you became the shit because he stuck his the shit dick in you. And that's just what that really is.
Yeah. I just look at how mad my parents get whenever you bring up OJ, and it was like. It was like over almost 30 years ago.
Really?
That happened, and there's tons of
because I think
injustices
also, when
that
you
happen.
When you said earlier, you said a black guy got away with crime. He and it's the ultimate crime.
Yeah,
It's like one of the ultimate guys, right? To kill, because back in the days, a black dude would get Emmett Till.
Yeah.
He was the Emmett Till karma.
Right. Right.
They dragged a black boy, killed him, did all this other shit, whatever.
Yeah.
He killed a white woman for real.
God was guiding OJ during the trial.
That's crazy, right? Like, if you think he's the reverse of Emmett Till, the got away with it guy, when Emmett Till didn't do shit, and ended up losing his life as a little boy.
Yeah,
he's a grown man.
Yeah, he didn't even whistle at that woman, right?
I know. She said she lied the whole time, like, and she got to live her life and got to, you know what I'm saying? So, and the OJ still went to jail. I don't even understand how he went to jail. Well, because that was set up. Who brings a recording to a robbery?
Yeah.
He was set the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
do you follow him on Twitter?
Huh?
Are you following him on Twitter?
Oh, no. I don't follow nobody. I just follow people who are kind of entertaining in some way, or in their try to entertain. I don't, people who got unless
did he beat Nicole though?
We mean was
OJ?
Was he
like
a physical abuser?
Yeah.
Domestic abuse? I don't know if like was like people like police coming to the house because of like domestic abuse calls. I don't remember none of that. But then again, I never followed OJ. I didn't even know how great he was until he got to that killer, till he killed her. Then I found out he was that guy in football. I was like, holy shit. And I used to watch football, like, but after there's a certain era that you wasn't just involved because you just, your age and you start from where you start from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you may look back a little bit. The most I knew was like might be Walter Payton or something. But there's OJ of how great he was. And I was like, word? Oh, okay, all right. And then, his, I guess, becoming whatever but I think maybe I don't know, maybe I didn't really follow him. So I just followed the little bit of it and then went with the is he guilty or not guiltiness, and just watching really the circus of. But you know what, OJ is I think there's always every several years. I guess this is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be someone who still reveals the feelings of white America. Because as much as it settles down, that shit is still there.
Right.
Brewing on a low.
Right.
Like on a low flame sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as soon as the Donald Trump show up, white people, As soon as the OJ killing, white people,
Right.
It's that those feelings of how dare you?
Yeah.
It's those like, and it's how dare you, you're a black person. Like they don't like black people, white people fucking up neither, or killing and doing all that shit neither. You fucked up for that. But it's like extra, if you're black, to break their laws and get away with it.
And then it seems like every time like a cop, kills somebody, like kills an unarmed person, there's always rationalizations, and like no matter what it is,
it's always as you said, rationalization. There's always an understanding. It's always an understanding. But I feel like this. I even watched sometimes. I feel like white people definitely have a compassion for each other that black people need to develop for each other. And I think that's what helps the unity and the strength of running the world and being in power. Because you can't crucify everybody who does wrong, because then you'll run out of your people, right? So if you threw all the white people in jail who did all the evils that they did, or who broke the law as much as everybody else, there would be less of y'all, which means weakness. Makes y'all weaker supposedly, and and that's the main thing. There's power in numbers, so you got to let shit slide for the grand goal of staying in power.
Right.
So, and I mean, I understand the dynamics. I'm not saying what's right, but I understand the tactics or the strategy of going, he had a rough day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He killed somebody. It was a rough day.
Yeah.
He was scared. He has the gun.
Right.
Yeah, but he was scared. You don't know what it's like when so rationalizing on the murderer side. Even the Dylan Roof thing. What is it? What he taking him to eat Burger King or something?
Yeah.
It's a compassion for each other.
Yeah.
That black
well,
people
also
don't
Burger
have for
King's
each other.
not that great of
So
fast food.
you feel like that was the beginning of his punishment?
Yeah.
Now if they took him to White Castle, then that would have been like, oh yeah, they're really gonna tear his ass up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a compassion for each other. I've seen it's even when I watch white people not be as good at something as someone else. They're like, no, they'll all right. They'll get it. Let's give them some time to get it. And that type of compassion for each other is what helps to fulfill and to nurture the race.
Do you think
Like-
in black culture people are a little hard on each other?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Because I kind of like that. I mean, I sort of identify with that a lot. Like I remember one time I was like 5 years old and my grandmother saw me walking down the stairs and I was taking one step at a time. She's she's Polish, I guess second generation, but she was like, "Is that how you walk down the stairs? You're going to kindergarten next year, and everyone's going to say, look at that little baby who can't walk down the stairs the right way." And I did see I think a few years ago I saw a grandmother with her grandson, a black grandmother with her grandson, and she was like, "Don't you look across the street? You're going to fourth grade next year," and yelling
get
at
your
him.
shit together.
Yeah.
But those are extremes.
Yeah.
But it's also saying.
But do you feel like you have to be hard on each other? Like you have to.
I think I think that also comes from slavery. Also, the pitting us against each other.
Okay.
That's brought up throughout the culture of like just light skin, dark skin, finding a reason. Like because the light skin are people who were raped by white people who got to stay in the house.
Okay.
Those are what they call the house niggas.
Yeah.
And they watched all the people in the field, maybe the darker blacks, and they felt better because they was the master's son or daughter and got a little bit of treat and got to eat off the master's plate. So they felt better.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers ain't as good as this. So it's a harsher treatment towards each other, pitting each other. So yes, we treat each other like even when we come out, if we do comedy, better be funny, motherfucker. It's a better be funny, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You go to a black club. That's why I noticed some people just don't want to do the urban clubs because they're like, you better be funny. They have a you better be funny or you make me laugh attitude.
Yeah.
Then you go to the mainstream clubs, they're like, we're here to laugh.
Yeah.
We're here to enjoy ourselves.
Well, there's no bullshit in a black room.
Well, there is bullshit. There's bullshit because the bullshit is your temperament towards what you paid for. Why would you come somewhere and have little patience for it?
You're folding your arms. And
Yes. Yeah. Or you're just talking or one joke don't work. But I think that's with everybody though. That's not just a black thing. When your first joke is very important in a sense of gaining their trust.
Right.
Which makes it that much easier or harder throughout the set, I believe. But black people just have and plus black people think they're funny. All black people think they're funny as shit too.
Yeah.
So I'm funnier than that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm funny as a motherfucker.
Right.
So everybody think they're funny. You better be funnier than them and people they know. Right. White people are like, I feel like, or mainstream, I would say, they're more interested in what you have to say.
Right.
So
you're like, let's see where this goes. Let's see where you get. Yeah.
Exploratory. Let's go on this journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The other ones is like, make me laugh, motherfucker. Make me feel better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a joke where I talk about doing urban shows, black
They're
shows.
Like, my fucking apartment got repossessed.
You know what I'm saying?
My car got repossessed.
You got to say some shit that's, I don't know. It's just like, be real. But if your real don't relate to their real, it's like, what is this? Yeah. Just like even Obama. When Obama first started, black people didn't fuck with him. Yeah. That had to get built and then it was a trust that had to get put in because if you talk, I would say proper. I don't like to say white because people would be like, you talk white. It's like, what the fuck is white? There's no white talk. It's English. You know what I'm saying? Right? But it is a white man's language. But that's why when some people say to me, they be like, what? He's like, that's not how you say that. I'd be like, well, this is my second language. Right. English is my second language. I mean, I don't know my first, but this is my second. Yeah. But either way, it's it's a thing where they didn't trust Obama until I guess after Oprah got behind him and certain people got behind him. You know what I'm saying? But at first, because he didn't sound like us, like how a black person supposedly sounds.
Yeah.
You know.
That was a criticism of him, right? That he like wasn't black enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like who like black people, that's a ridiculous thing. To be like, that's a fucked up thing to put it on somebody.
Yeah.
Because when they step out in the world treats them like they're black enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
But
no matter who you are, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can, whatever hue of black you are, the world will treat you like you're black. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even Latino black people, dark-skinned Latinos, you know, Afro-Latinos, other light Latinos treat them like they're fucking black.
Right.
Less than just because of their color.
Right.
So, but black people, you know, if you don't sound like someone we know or familiar or talk like we talk, then it's, oh, you're not of us.
Yeah.
You know, well, how is that? His struggles are the same struggles. It's just he decided to say words like they're supposed to be said. and everyone can do it.
Yeah.
Everyone can do it. You can decide to do it or not to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like Italians. If you have dark skin and you're wearing a Fila jumpsuit and you're grabbing your balls on the street, people judge you. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They judge you as a
they go, look at this fucking embarrassment over here.
Fucking mafia or affiliated or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's a, you know, it's a, but I feel like that's people find reasons to be better in every facet, every race, people find a reason to be better. Slim people, look at this fat motherfucker.
Right.
You know, this fat motherfucker, or people in shape. Look at this bony, skinny motherfucker.
Yeah.
People always find a reason. So even if there wasn't race, right, we would find something to make someone lesser than so we can be greater than.
Yeah. It's like misogyny, too. I mean, I remember like a few years ago, I went through a breakup and I was listening to Patrice a lot. I was listening to him talk about how like men are just better than women. I remember thinking like, yeah, he's right. I remember being like, I thought that I like discovered some truth, you know?
I think there was truth in a lot of things he said.
Yeah, of course.
It's just a truth that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge because it makes the other people feel like shit. Like it makes women feel like shit. That truth, right? And that truth it's only because I think that truth is the truth. Like when you say, I go to a party, I wish my girl was here, right? You know, that's one of his lines, I believe. And that's true. No one fucking wishes their girl was there at a party.
Well, yeah, because she's home waiting for you, and she's
gonna. The fun though. The thing is, no one equates girls to fun.
Right.
They equate. I think they equate them to
responsibility,
stability, kindness, sweetness, great things. But you don't.
Right.
You don't equate them to
they're not reckless and
yes. Because when you get with a woman, you kind of calm down. You balance out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Out a little bit. Sure.
Yes, and they're necessary. Women are necessary. But I think what it is the problem is women want the same accolades as us. We don't want their accolades.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where it's like they want in on our shit.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a man has to make a woman laugh. Well, making a woman laugh can help get her.
Yeah.
Being financially stable can help get her. Being in great shape can help get her. All these different ways we can use to get women. Women don't have to do all that.
Yeah.
Right? So, and in turn, to me, to get a man, like
what do they have to do? Just
I mean, to me,
visually.
what's visual, right?
Yeah,
and kind of being kind, right?
Yeah.
Now, but women don't even have to be kind; they can just look good and they can get men. Like they don't have to check all these other boxes where we have to check all those boxes. But within checking all those boxes, those develop different things within us. So if they don't have to develop those, they become. That's why the sad thing about sometimes, as they say, women seem less. They lose their value as their prettiness goes. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's just like society, how they make it seem like women are less valuable the older they get, right? Or less attractive and less whatever. Like men get more distinguished as they get older, whatever.
Yeah.
But women lose. But I think sometimes because when they don't develop themselves in these other areas,
Sure.
As you get older, now all you had was that thing, and now that thing is gone. Now you got to start developing yourself when no one's really attracted to you.
Yeah.
So now that's the fucking.
You got to start working on that early.
Yes, you should. Yeah. Yes, you should. You know what I'm saying? But also, they're so busy trying to be accepted.
Yeah.
That they hold things back. They don't develop themselves like they should all the time, I think. And then they blame us for it.
Right.
When, again, you're responsible for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See, because men, you're like, they even be like, it's a male-dominant, comedy is a male-dominated industry. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. A lot of things are male-dominated. But I know one thing about comedy. A woman... Being funny is being funny. Now, no one keeps women from being comics. I think some women don't like to be, they won't want to make fools of themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think men are more likely to make fools of themselves because we've been doing it to make you, to get you.
Right.
From years on, to entertain you, to keep you entertained and with all these
forever we've been like putting on coconut bras and
whatever it is,
whatever it is
that sparks the humor. So we're being silly. We're used to being silly, so now we can go out and be a comedian or whatever, being silly, whatever.
Yeah.
Women are not used to that. Sometimes when you look at some women, to me, I see like they want to be so pretty on stage. Their main thing is to be pretty. So they will sacrifice the joke for the pretty. I feel like that. And that's what some men too.
Right.
Like the people who are not always that funny to me, they're trying to be
something
cuter,
else, or cool or whatever. Yeah.
And it takes away from the humor.
Yeah, sure.
Because humor is vulnerable.
Right.
You know? And when you're not willing to be vulnerable, and it's not just vulnerability, it's also vulnerable strategic vulnerability sometimes. Not just so vulnerable, my ass was wet this morning.
Right. I got molested.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the strategy in it is what I think, how you sell it, right? So, but I think that too, some people don't want to be vulnerable or silly, like, you know what I'm saying? Because the fear of being judged. So, and women are always being judged, so they come in with that on their brain sometimes.
Right.
And then and then there's some women who just dress, who be like, I don't want to be looked at as a sex object. So they dress so down.
They wear like a potato sack.
Yes. Like, it's just like finding like, how do you really dress? How do you really find your comfort zone? It must
be tough to figure all that out, though, I would imagine.
I think it takes time to for one to know comedy in these different psychological parts of it that people respond to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just glad there's no women here for this conversation. Chime in. And,
Well, they'll hear this shit.
Yeah.
They'll hear this. And and I was thinking about that too as I was saying this. But I said, that's the thing about it too. The truth.
Yeah.
The truth and that's my opinion. And that can change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with a conversation with some women, and
you got to let people get it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you to correct me if I don't tell you what's wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants you to tell them what's wrong.
Yeah.
So how do you fix these problems or redirect the thought processes without expressing, like, just as we were talking about the racism, right?
Yeah.
Like Donald Trump, I think he's a good thing. I mean, he's doing fucked up things. I mean, but he's a good thing because you got to go through, you got to rip this wound. We got to see how many maggots is in the goddamn wound to take out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
People are really kind of showing you who they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to know and this is my thing about people. They be like, well, you don't have to foster this behavior and blah, blah, blah. But I be like, look, man, I'd rather know who the enemy is.
Yeah.
I don't want to be walking around thinking everything's hunky-dory.
Right, because there's a ton of people who like they hide behind this like veneer of politeness and respectability, but they don't condemn him when he does some real fucked up shit.
Right.
They're just complicit in all this stuff. Where I think with like somebody like George Bush, it was easier to hide. It was easier to like hide how you felt. Right. Or Reagan or whatever.
Well, but see, you know what it is? The thing is, they set the tone.
Uh-huh.
they set the tone of, all right, let's put our masks on.
Yeah.
But that's the most dangerous people, though.
Yeah.
The ones that you don't see coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The person who fucks you the hardest is your friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's not some dude that you didn't know that was some, you kind of knew, a little shady. You was kind of, but the dude or the girl who was your friend or your family, the people closest to you are the ones who what hurts the most.
Yeah.
Because they had that secret mask on, and they got close enough to dig the knife in nice and good.
Yeah.
You know? So I'd rather see that you have a knife and that look on your face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So other people don't want to know. They don't want the knife. They don't want to be like, so I think that's what it is with all this shit. No one wants that. And it's also too, everybody also too, my lady, she makes so much fun of me. She's an English teacher.
Oh.
So she goes, also too. You know what I'm saying? But we have fun with it. But the thing is, but if you don't know, as I said, if you don't know what these problems are, how do we start a conversation and then work on fixing or changing thoughts or behaviors?
Right.
Did
you hear there was a clip of Reagan talking to Nixon, and he said something about at the UN, he was like, all those monkeys from those African countries. And it's like that. It's interesting because I feel like that probably was like the real Reagan for all those years, but he was able to. People like that are always able to hide behind that. That veneer of politeness and
that's every. All right, check this out. The people on the phone that sell you your cable mate, once they hear your voice, they think of something about you, right? Or the people who sells you anything that can't even see you, says something about you in their mind. But they keep their composure because they're trying to make a sale. So when you're trying to make a sale, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make a sale, why not?
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like the difference between Donald, he went the other way and made the sale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He made the sale the other way.
He's going for a niche market.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's a big niche. People think it's a small niche. No, it's the masses on the low. It's he took the loud masses and the loud small ones and the quiet undercover ones.
Yeah.
Right. And he got them together. So now the quiet undercover ones, some of them was popping up.
Yeah.
Some of them still with it.
Yeah.
On some, So he took the masses and made the,
Yeah.
So because even when
what do you think the percentage of the country is though that's his like strong hardcore base that goes to his rallies and and cheers, and I mean it's I would think it's only like maybe 15% of people who are really like hardcore Trump people.
I would go with 30.
30.
I would go 30 to. I mean, and there's more Trumpers, but those are the silent ones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, even if they're not white people, there's Asians, there's Indians, there's other races that still subscribe to his rhetoric.
Right. Let's not forget Indians are very racist, folks. Right. Don't put it all on Whitey.
No, Whitey ain't holding the whole bag.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, all these other people who are racist, are they're and then there's the black people who are too. So he's got a nice amount, but there's a certain amount that's in your face with it.
Yeah.
I
guess I just like to think that most people are turned off by a lot of the stuff that he does,
even if they,
who knows? But
to me, put it this way, even if they're turned off by some of the things he says, they still voted for him because he fits whatever they want, whether it's just a look of having the country being theirs, or taxes. Basically, everyone will kill the world to save themselves. That's what he represents.
Yeah.
With everyone who's showing this, like, well, he saves taxes. Oh, I get to keep my guns. I get all these things. Your own personal desires, which we all vote because of our personal desires, but we're not voting for a collective good.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I get to keep my guns. I get to save taxes.
Right.
I get to whatever other reasons. I get to feel like I'm in power again because it's a white man and you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's not
be.
about what's good for everybody.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not. So that's what that's what he represents, and that's what we are.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason he's in office because we fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like he's just the only one.
Yeah.
He's the head of the snake.
Right, because then you have people like Bernie Sanders who are like, poor people should be allowed to use your pool. They can come over anytime they want and swim in your pool. And you play.
I don't even understand that too, neither. Why do people be like, he's too old?
Yeah.
They're too old. Somebody, like, what does it matter how old somebody is to be a president? I don't even get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're all going to die.
Every president's in their 70s or...
You know,
most of them.
Obama was like 40 something, right?
He was like in his 40s when he. I think he was 42 when he became president.
That's young as
42 or 44 because he just turned 58.
Oh, 58.
Oh, so, no. Well, so he must have been late 40s.
Late 40s.
JFK was 42. He was the youngest
because he just got. Well, Trump is coming up on his 4th year next year, right?
Yeah,
this is the 4th year. So if he's 58, you take 4 back. He was president.
Yeah.
Right? So then, so he was probably like 40, 47, 48, somewhere around there to I guess, if I'm correct, whatever. Yeah. So, but either way, wow, that's still pretty young to be a president to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you running a country in your 40s.
Yeah.
Ain't that some shit? I would think you'd at least have to be in your 50s or 60s to have that kind of wisdom, but I guess not. But also, I think they looks play a part in all everything plays a weird part in what things are. Like when you look at just what's this shit called, what we watch on TV, you know, the reality. We're in the reality realm of regular people being famous,
right? But
not really displaying a talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their only talent is keeping your attention. And that's it is a talent.
Yeah.
But it's not a far hard to display talent. Anyone can do it if they do it.
Yeah.
Right? If you're willing to make a spectacle, you can keep people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we had cameras in here and I decided to, man, fuck you, and say, blah, knock a table over.
Right.
Holy shit, you see, he knocked the table over on Mike Recine?
Yeah.
I told you he was an angry motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew he was angry.
And you can if you want it. It's not my table. It's not my stuff.
I knock all this shit over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Rebecca come down here. Asshole.
Right. You mentioned earlier stuff about the system, about like the system not being set up for people and it being harder for certain people. So like just the last thing I want to ask you about is like, I guess I want to ask like how do you think we like close those gaps and you know make things, I don't know, I guess more equitable for everybody, or do we have to, or I mean I don't know.
What even?
How do we like empower people? How do we
I think
fix the system and bring more people up?
You mean adjust the system?
Yeah.
I think one of the things I think two things. Black people and white people need to work on their insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody does.
Yeah.
But there's an insecurity within black people that white is better. So we gravitate towards all the shit that y'all do.
Mm-hmm. Right. There's an insecurity in us that you're gonna rape our women and kill us.
Yes, and take over and run shit.
Yeah. Which I'm sure you could kill me if you wanted to, but you're not going to.
You don't know.
Right.
That's pretty presumptuous up here. Turn the volume
yes,
up.
everybody. Most black people can kill you if they want to, but they're not going to.
We're so nice that we don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're nice enough to not to.
Right.
But I think one thing about I was telling this to my lady one time. Actually, it was a funny thing. I said one thing white people need to do is understand that they'd be like, how do white people change this? Like when they be like, how can I learn more about black people? Be like, listen, you don't really have to learn that much about us all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you do need to do is just treat us like you treat each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
When you see a black person hurt, they need help just like a white person would need help.
Mm-hmm.
When you see a black person, they want a safe neighborhood like everybody else wants to say. Everybody wants the same shit, love and happiness. But for some reason, you think that black people don't want that or don't whatever. We're trying to cope the best way we know how, I guess, and with our self-esteem issues with the jewelry, that's all this jewelry and clothes and money and all this shit, spending money into, they putting money into things that don't come back to your community and your family, right? But see, that's y'all thing. Well, y'all need to just treat us like you treat each other. Yeah, and that's.
But I guess economic empowerment is like that's important.
And economically, right? Black people need to. It's one of those things of. Everyone's doing it but us. But then when we do shit, we try to, it's not about black and white. We're stupid. Yes, it is. In order for your people to survive, our people to survive and thrive, we need to stop overspending on hair products and clothing and if it is, like just to me, hair, when it comes to weaves, perms,
it's a lot, right?
That's a lot of money. Just from that Chris Rock special shows how much, for one, what it's doing to black women's hair, from the edges is destroying, from the chemicals that's burning the scalp to the finances, right? That's physical and financial disruption, a destruction, right? All money going out. So if you stop doing that, spending that money, that's more money we have for education, self-improvement, same thing with black men in clothing and
cars
and also black people just got to understand unity and forgiveness within each other. Yeah. In order for us to, because we got to work on ourselves.
I guess Italians do that too, though, right? With the jewelry and the clothing, it's like the opposite of Jews.
I think our successful, like this hip hop who does that. Then there's other people just everywhere where we're doing these things that are like we haven't fixed home. You go by and you can't. I understand you can't save everybody. Yeah, but we got to start somewhere to try and mend or retrain each other with how to, because we live in fear. Black people live in fear, but acting like we're not in fear. Yeah. And a lot of people do it too. They have a mask, but I think we live in fear. So fear of looking poor, the feeling of not having, or like we're less than because we don't have as much. And that's, that, and we're trying to compensate in the wrong ways. Yeah. For it, So I think it's really about learning spiritual and get out of these damn religions that keep, that's just misleading. I think there's about spirituality, well-being.
Yeah,
but
stop selling bean pies.
Usually,
wearing a bow tie.
Bean pies are delicious, bro.
Are they?
Eat a fucking bean pie.
Okay. Yeah.
I used to be like, who would eat beans in a pie? What the fuck you gonna make? Fucking spinach cake next? I used to always want to, but then I taste one. It tastes pretty good.
They're good.
It's pretty good. It's kind of like sweet potato pie, but not as sweet, I guess. Okay. I don't know. It's pretty good though. It's good. Bean pie is good. Don't knock it till you try it. It's just like one of those things you look at and be like, the name of it sounds terrible, but it's kind of delicious. Just like cheesecake is good, but you wouldn't think cheese as a cake would be good. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's delicious. It just works
somehow.
Yes, it's good. It's however they did it. They figured that shit out. Nice. But I think, I don't have the answers all, but I do know that starting, as they say, one of the real quotes that I've heard, be the change you want to see in the world. So basically, be that change. Don't, you know what I'm saying? That we gotta, because we all can sit back and go, yeah, because what we need to do is, but how about you live that first? You, personally, you live that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then you're an example to someone. You're like, man, like, think about this. Every time you see somebody happy, you're like, I wonder what they doing to be so happy. Yeah.
It's annoying.
You want in on that shit.
Not podcasting.
I like it. I like podcasting. Yeah. I like podcasting like this as Like if I did it with a partner, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
But for me to probably do it alone, like you know how Billy Bird does it.
Yeah, that's tough.
I tried that a little bit. Like I was like, this shit is brutal. I'm running out of shit to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And there's no one to talk to and respond. And,
yes, and you don't know how you really sound.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah. So what else? You know, I feel like I don't have enough information to just spew out things. Yeah. But if I got someone to ask me questions, oh yeah, or I don't think, or I do. Like sometimes I feel like I don't feel shit about shit until somebody asks me about shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why even when I watch it, you ever watch the new or look at stuff, you be like, man, shit is uninteresting.
Mm.
You know, but if someone asks you about it in a certain way, then you go,
Mm-hmm.
Remember you were saying, you were telling me, you were saying, do you think black people are harder on black people?
Yeah.
I think about like Oprah and them, how they go after R. Kelly and Michael Jackson when there's Roman Polanski and even this guy right here who's out right now, Stephen, whoever. He's a billionaire.
Oh, Epstein. Yeah.
Billionaire rapist.
Mm-hmm.
Weinstein.
Mm-hmm.
She don't got none of them people on the chopping block.
Mm-hmm.
None of them people, but she's got Michael Jackson, the deceased.
Yeah.
Because that's all still speculation. And once you take money.
Did you watch that documentary, though?
I watched a little bit. I was like, this shit boring as hell.
Yeah, it started off a little slow, but it seems like he probably did it.
But, I mean, it depends on how you want. Like me, I don't see it because they had enough time to fix their stories.
Mm-hmm.
They're old as shit.
Mm-hmm.
They had enough time to fix their stories.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're that guy, is a lot of people that you're rich as him.
Yeah.
You have access to do that way more than like Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
When you're rich,
so
like
you're saying it bothers you to see all these Jews get away with it?
No. I just feel like the black people, but they're safe. Taking down a black person for Oprah and Gail or whoever it is safe.
Mm-hmm.
If they go take down some white guy,
right
now the people, because her core base is white people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now you're fucking.
Like Oprah's not going to say like, "Oh, Bill Clinton is a pedophile," because a lot of her audience. So you're saying it's safe for their white audience to do that, for them to create those villains.
Is
not create, because I think they are guilty, but
it's safe for white. What do you say?
It's safe for Oprah and Gail to like go after R. Kelly
and Michael Jackson
because their white audience is kind of
it's easier. White people like black people.
Mm-hmm.
They like, the stars but there's also the, if you fuck up, you're the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a
like OJ.
double-edged sword. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, they loved him. They loved him.
Yeah.
But once you fuck up, you
how
nigger.
dare you?
Yes, how dare, because how dare you means nigger. In another way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when white people
kill that beautiful woman.
There's always that beautiful gold digger. But when white people fuck up, there's a compassion where they say this is always, they need medical attention.
Mm-hmm.
Psychological. They want to get them help.
Yeah.
Black people, crucify this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Crucify him. And black people say the same thing. Yeah, that motherfucker. Black people, I'll never hear black people say he needs medical.
Yeah,
he needs
mental health.
Mental health. Because in reality, R. Kelly needs mental health.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Yeah.
What he did is wrong. That doesn't negate the fact that what he did. But all these
he was abused too, I think. Right?
Yes, but they brush over. They don't. Everyone overlooks that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because now once you become the villain, nobody gives a fuck what happened. You did that too.
Yeah.
But it stems from somewhere. So which he needed. But I guess also at a certain age, nobody gives a fuck about you needing help, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They might want to help you.
I have a feeling that trial they'll probably just play his music and maybe he'll get a lighter sentence.
That what?
They'll probably just play his music at the trial and maybe it'll be.
He got it a lot. No, I think he's not getting away on this one. I think because it's like it's every time you turn around, it's a new mugshot.
Mm-hmm.
He got a new fucking mugshot in a different city.
Yeah.
Minnesota is child trafficking. It's so many charges going up against this, that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a numbers game,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you hit a motherfucker, that's how people get you. You ever notice? I don't know if you ever been locked up or got kind of any shit, But if you ever
can't say that I have.
but good for you.
Yeah.
But if you get when you normally break the law doing a crime, they catch you on more and they want to stick this shit to you. Say you shoot somebody. It's not just shooting somebody.
Right.
It's the gun.
Possession.
Having a gun, a loaded gun, firing in maybe the shit in public.
Your pants are too low.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You was black.
Yeah.
All these different things.
You're wearing a Daffy Duck t-shirt with diamonds on it.
You know what I'm saying? All these different things that create the problem.
Yeah.
I mean that creates a numbers game where they can get you.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So and that's how they caught LJ ass too.
Yeah.
So they was like, "Yep, we're gonna get you on something else, then, motherfucker.
Right.
We're gonna get you for stealing your shit.
Your own memorabilia. Damn shame what they did to that poor man.
He deserved that shit. I mean, I ain't gonna say what people deserve because I got away with a lot of shit. So thank you.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I do know that he earned it. He definitely earned that motherfucker. He earned that jail time, dumbass.
Right.
You know, you don't go back into the fire.
Right.
You gonna get burnt.
Right. Well, we got to wrap up. I got to go pick up my security deposit from my old landlord, so I want to make sure that window doesn't close. So
word?
Yeah.
So were you staying in Queens now?
I'm in Bushwick.
You in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you used to live over here?
I was in Bed-Stuy before.
Oh, okay.
This, so.
I used to live over there, and then I moved to East New York. Then I moved to Jersey, chasing.
Yeah.
My ding-a-ling moves me a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
sure does.
My dick has helped me through comedy. I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. My dick has taken care of me. He'd be like, "All right, man, this is where we're moving. You just shut the fuck up. Tell mouth. Don't say nothing. Don't fuck this up. I'm gonna get us someplace to stay. You just fucking." Shut the fuck up.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. Yeah. I got this shit under control. Let me dictate this.
Yeah.
You motherfucking mouth, shut the fuck up. So, but yeah, so.
Do you want to plug anything?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Kareem Green 21 Instagram. Kareem Green fan page. I need you to follow that. Kareem Green, comedy actor, writer. It's Kareem Green, comedy actor, writer. That's Kareem Green 21 on my fan page too, Facebook. Sweet. Right? But what I really want people to do is go out and download my album that just dropped, Guilty Pleasure, baby.
Nice.
Guilty Pleasure, self-produced, is dope as shit.
Is that on Spotify?
Yeah, it's on Spotify, it's on iTunes.
Because what I'll do sometimes is I'll listen to the album and then I'll Venmo somebody, $10. So it just goes right to them. So I listen to it on Spotify and then so if you guys want to, do you have a Venmo?
I have a Venmo. Yes.
You want to give out your Venmo? And then people can listen to the album.
I don't know. I just sent somebody my Venmo.
I'll put it in the episode description. You just text it to me.
Okay. I didn't know you can do that. Let me see. Yeah. I just sent somebody about Venmo Kareem Green. Is that it? Is it? How do you know what it?
You can just
see if you look.
Hey, how's it going? It's outside and make a left around the corner. Sure.
That smile was creepy. He's like, open your teeth when you smile.
Yeah.
I mean, keeping it.
This room doubles as a,
as a fucking dungeon.
Yeah. So the album's called Guilty Pleasure.
Guilty Pleasure, Kareem Green, Guilty Pleasure, baby. I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy. It's my first album. It's funny. It got some bits on there that I really enjoy exploring things. It's like a lot of politically incorrect shit that whatever.
Nice.
I don't even know what's politically, because you never know what's politically incorrect until somebody tells you.
Yeah.
Because it just was a regular word before. Then before you know it,
I know.
It's like, oh, I can't say that neither.
It's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how I like to listen to comedians' albums, because you can just pay them, you can just hear it and pay them directly, and then you can hear it anytime you want if you have a Spotify subscription.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
that's pretty dope.
You know what? I'm gonna give you.
That is dope. Is that how you do it?
I'm gonna give you $10 now.
What? Yo, I think it's gonna be my first sale. Oh shit, yeah, Mike Recine, I fucks with you, boy. Yeah. I might frame. No, I need this money.
Yeah,
I'm gonna frame it. Will you ever frame money?
No.
You ever like my first $5?
I've always needed it too bad.
Yes, I always need it. I don't see this shit is useful.
Yeah.
That's selfish to frame money when there's starving motherfuckers out there. That's like framing food. What the fuck would you do that for? What would but thank you. That is dope.
You got it.
Mike Recine. He bought my album right here, Guilty Pleasure. Get that album. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. I don't know what other things because it just dropped, and I'm still figuring out how to promote it in different ways.
Nice.
Or what the other mediums is on.
You just do podcasts and interviews and stuff. And, yeah, so.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, okay. Matter of fact, after we get off, we can probably let me know what other podcasts I can run around to have some fun with.
Yeah.
And this was a good podcast, though. You asked me you asked me like one question about the movie. I thought it was going to be more in depth.
That's what I thought, but once we got into the other stuff, yeah.
It seemed more interesting,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
So. Okay, that's cool. I like that. I like that. And I felt freely to talk without the sad thing. Well, not the sad thing, but sometimes when you talk about things in an honest vein in your perspective, people take it as you are either. The sad thing is like talking about racism or whatever it may be, or about females, women. They take it as some sexist, some misogynist, but it's just your perspective.
Well, not our audience. We don't have any women that listen to our show. I'm happy to say. No, we do. We got a few. Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully they'll get in on this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Guilty pleasure, ladies, is a nipple on the cover.
Nice.
There's a hairy nipple on the cover. Yeah, I know y'all need that in your life. A chocolate hairy nipple.
Nice. Well, thanks again for being here.
Thanks for having me, Mike, man. I appreciate you inviting me down. This was a pleasant surprise, man. Anytime you want me to come back, let me know, man.
Sounds good.
I'll co-host.
Awesome. Guys, support us on Patreon. Sitdownpod at patreon.com, and then shoot us an email anytime, sitdownpod at Patreon. Come see me in Detroit. I'll be in Detroit this weekend at the Independent Comedy Room in Hamtramck. That should be a lot of fun. Tickets on... I never know where to. I never have like a ticket link.
The information.
But if you look hard enough, you'll find it.
Google me.
Yeah, Independent Comedy Room.
Bitch.
I'm sure there will be tickets at the door available for $10. All right. Thanks for being here, Kareem. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.